Hey guys, this is Jukes and welcome to the Film Scene yet again. And today I have Joseph with me. As I do it all the time, Joseph, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you for having me on. My name is Joseph Gardner. I am an aspiring actor, and while I don't have a ton of experience, I have been, here and there, visiting showcases and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's amazing. So today I wanted to talk to you about like a little bit of influence of pop culture on you as an actor. So tell me, was there any film or TV show or even like a piece of theater that like really inspired you to get into acting? Like after you saw it, it blew your mind and you're like, okay, I have to be an actor. Was there any show or something that did that for you?
I wouldn't say particularly shows I've watched. When I was a kid, I was put into an acting kind of academy thing,
Oh.
which definitely influenced me quite a bit. Not quite at the time, but definitely a few years later down the line, I kind of came to the realization that's what I want to do.
That's cool. So it was just like an extracurricular activity or something at that time?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so how was the experience there if you remember?
It was like over a decade ago. No, it was good. It was a lot of like once a week, visit a specific place, and then we do rehearsals and stuff or little practices, and at the end of the year, we would go for a proper performance at a nearby high school.
Yeah, that's
That was pretty
amazing.
good.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, so what was like your first performance as an adult when you like decided to pursue acting like full scale or full time?
Mm. The first, I suppose not role per se, but when I first first thing I got after really trying was the 2024 acting showcase with a company called Next Star Productions,
Hmm.
where I applied for it. They accepted me. We had to go through a few rounds of auditions, and then eventually I was selected to go to Sydney
Hmm,
and not roles per se, I suppose, but had to give a monologue or two
that's
to
nice.
some industry professionals.
Wow. And then I think you also said like that you went to the US on that showcase. Yes, how was that experience? Like
Yes.
an international experience?
Yes, so after the Sydney showcase, they thought I was good enough that they accepted me and only a few to the international
Oh.
showcase in Orlando, Florida. So flew over there. It was very nice, very hot. Uh, but that was a good time. There was a lot of people from all over the world at that showcase. A lot more people, of course, professionals as well, to it. It was generally the same concept, but a bit larger, but it was still pretty good. I think it was two monologues and like four advertisements.
Hmm.
So
Advertisements like as in like proper commercial shoots or
no, no, sorry, yeah, it was part of
sorry.
the auditioning process. Is
Oh,
obviously, yeah, you recite different types of advertisements and stuff, but
oh,
yeah,
that's interesting. Yeah.
yeah, something.
So were you like the only one from Australia or were there like any other people with you or like
There were a couple people that I recognized that had gone to the Australian one, but it wasn't many of them. A lot of them had obviously not made it, so it was
Mm,
clearly something that's quite important, quite special, I suppose.
yeah, so that's great. Like I think you must have had like an amazing learning experience. Like, when you go to international showcases, there will be people from like different regions and parts of the world and when you communicate with them, it's like just so exciting to learn a lot of different stuff of like how different industries work, I guess. So yeah, so after that, like have you done any other work here in Australia, like theater, short films and stuff like that?
I applied for the Western Australian Acting Academy. I've also been reached out a couple times for small roles in indie stuff, as well as one for a commercial for I think it was Chicken Treat, which was
Oh,
that was kind of cool. Didn't get it, of course, but it was still very very cool to see people reaching out to
yeah, no, it's good.
try
Like
and
Yeah, no, and obviously, like when you're an actor and you're like applying from 100 different jobs, you like probably just get like one or two of those. So it's like yeah, it's just how the industry is. But
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
but like if someone's like actually reaching out to you, so that's like a very good sign, isn't it? Yeah, so no,
It is.
that's amazing. And yeah, I think like doing a lot of different stuff is also very helpful. Like commercials and acting roles and like even extras and stuff. It's just like fun being on the sets. So yeah, so I wanted to ask you, like is there like any TV show or a movie that has like already been produced that like exists that you'd like to be a part of it, and what role would you like to play?
Mm, yeah, that's there's a few. It's definitely a tough one.
Yeah.
I think there's the Fallout TV show is pretty good, I think. I'm
Mm.
a fan of that kind of that stuff, so that would be definitely one I would definitely, be interested in
And
and
what role
cast
would you
for.
like to play?
Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't, even just a side character. I don't know, maybe just a random one-off.
Guest star or
Something
something?
fun, something silly, yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe the One Piece live action. That's pretty good too. Maybe
Yeah.
just yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, there's like so many out there. Like, I wish I could just like travel back in time and be a part of those shows. Especially like I think I'm like crazy obsessed with Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon and
Mm,
like all those fantasy shows. They're like pretty cool. So yeah,
yeah.
I think yeah, some of those definitely. But yeah, no, that's amazing. And also like if you were to like rewrite one of those shows and like cast yourself in the leading role, which would it be?
Let's see.
Say like a
Oh, that is
completely.
another one. Yeah. Uh, if I could go and remake a show, maybe Boardwalk Empire. That was a good show. It was cut short
Hmm.
in its last kind of season, but I think it's a good show. I think if I could cast myself in that, I would think I would fit for uh one of the main kind of younger characters, obviously, but I think that would
Definitely.
be yeah, something like that, set in the 20s and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, no, sounds pretty exciting. So that brings me to my next question is like I love to ask like which is your favorite genre as an actor and as a viewer? Like
Mm.
what do you like to watch versus what you would actually love to be in continuously?
My favorite genre as a viewer would probably be comedy. Comedy drama, maybe dramedies, kind
Mm,
of a mix of both, but I definitely like having a laugh when I'm watching a show
but
or a movie. But then as a actor, I mean, comedy is good too, but I think I'd probably prefer something more serious, maybe something dramatic.
mm.
Uh,
And why is
yeah.
that?
Fair enough.
Just
Probably
curious.
because, yeah, yeah. I think because drama opens you up to a lot of different roles as well. Comedy works, but you do tend to, a lot of people who do comedy get streamlined and kind of bogged down in that very specific genre. I think
Mm.
drama allows you to kind of have a more open kind of view for a career or,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I also think like there's a lot of different layers to the characters in those kind
Mm,
of shows. Like you get to portray various emotions, whereas comedy is like a different challenge of its own. Like I've seen so many actors try and fail at comedy, not because they're bad
mm,
actors, but with comedy you just like need to get that timing right, the way you deliver your lines, and I think like the way you look, your expressions, like everything is very crucial. Otherwise, it gets like
yeah.
really awkward. But yeah, no, I think drama is also like my preferred way of going because you get to explore different types of characters and stuff. And then I think I would also like vote for fantasy because there's like a very different feeling when you're acting in a fantasy sort of an environment, I think. Yeah. So
Yeah, there is.
yeah, so yeah, pretty much that. So okay, so another question for you is, what is like the best acting performance you have recently seen on TV, screen, theater, like anywhere, like even on the street?
Mm. Best I've seen recently. I rewatched The Truman Show with Jim Carrey in it, and
Ah,
his performance is just surprising like, for someone who is obviously known as a very comedic actor and all that.
yeah.
Especially back then. This was the 90s. It is a role that really it works in this. It blends the comedy and then kind of hits you with this dramatic punch of this character. He portrays this character whose life has been nothing but a lie, really.
Mm,
Very well, the realization of that and how to, how to cope with such a thing. He does a very good job with
that's
just showing those emotions.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant. And like to see someone like Jim Carrey in that sort of a role is like pretty exciting. Yeah. So yeah,
Mm.
that makes me think like, do you think like there's so many actors who have like these roles on series or films that are like that have been iconic? For example, say uh, Robert Downey Jr. as like say Iron Man or stuff like that. So do you think like when you have those sort of iconic acting roles, it affects you negatively because people constantly see you as like
Mm.
that character? Like, for example, Jim Parsons from Big Bang Theory, I see him as like Sheldon because that's my favorite character. And then if I see him in a different movie, it just feels weird. So, do you think like those sort of
Yeah.
iconic roles are actually like bad thing for an actor's career, or they can have potential to help an actor's career in the long run?
I mean, I can definitely see both sides. But obviously, yes, no, it definitely can affect people negatively. I've seen obviously different roles and stuff. I'm a fan of Breaking Bad. Whenever I see Aaron Paul or Bryan Cranston in any other kind of role, I immediately go, "Oh, that's Walter White. Oh, that's Jesse Pinkman. Oh man!" And it
Yeah.
definitely I can imagine it definitely kind of they seem to enjoy it, but I can definitely see it harming other actors. Yeah, no, yeah. I'm trying to think who else. Who else?
I mean, there's so many examples. It's not like they are bad actors, but it's just like
No, no,
you're so
phenomenal actors.
used to seeing them in that character, and then if that character becomes one of your favorite characters,
Hmm.
then it's just hard for you to see them in different roles, you know?
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Uh,
because
yeah.
that happened with me with Keith Harrington because I was so obsessed with him as Jon Snow that when I saw the Eternals, it was just so weird. I'm like,
Mm.
what is Jon Snow doing here? And I think Richard Mad I don't remember his last name, but the guy who played Robb Stark, he was in that movie too. And I was like, oh, what are Jon Snow and Robb Stark doing here? It's so weird. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So would you like actually like to play an iconic character like that, or would you just like to play more varied characters rather than be known as like one specific character?
I would prefer more varied roles.
Mhm.
Being an iconic character, I'm sure, is a good time and all that, but it would definitely wears on the people, hearing the same things over and over again, same things in interviews, same things from paparazzis,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. More varied roles definitely gives you more range or more ability to get different roles and stuff. While an iconic role definitely would typecast people. Yeah.
Yeah, so like we are talking about characters, so I have to ask, like, is there any fictional character that you are inspired from, like acting wise or anything else, like anything?
Mm. Yeah, that's a complicated one. There's a
Definitely.
lot of roles, a lot of characters. I think Saul Goodman, played by he's from Breaking Bad and from Better Call Saul. Let me just see if I can remember the actor's name.
Hmm. Yeah, you can Google it. It's fine.
Yeah, got it right here, right here. Bob Odenkirk. He's also a
Oh,
famous comedy actor as well and all that. But I think the role is very inspiring because it's you see this character constantly trying to start again, try something new, try and go from being having a very sorted past of being kind of a low criminal kind of guy to trying to become a genuine lawyer and then constantly kind of falling back into the old kind of ways that he goes. That definitely is it's a role that is so complicated and layered that it is very inspiring to,
yeah.
wanting to play maybe characters like in similar kind of fields and stuff.
Yeah, I think I do think like the characters that have like multiple layers to their personality, especially like a dark backstory, are one of the like biggest challenges to play. And I keep repeating this all the time, is like one of my favorite characters of that sort is like I think Joker from Batman.
Mm.
Like in all like all the movies and even the independent Joker movie, but it's like he's not just like a very bad guy, but there's like so many layers to his behavior. And every time you see him in a different movie played by a different actor, you just see like there's so much variety. So I think I would like such
Yeah.
characters rather than just like plain or surface level characters. But yeah, I think that's the challenge an actor always adores. So yeah, so it's good to have like role models like that, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, the joke is definitely a good one, yeah, because there is so many different iterations of the character that
Yeah.
build upon different aspects and stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah, and even from like a director's perspective, it's very interesting to see how like different directors play with the same character in a different way. So it's just like a very good way to like even learn different aspects of directing and how different directors think about the same potential character. So yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
pretty cool. Yeah, so I think like what we see every day, like even films and stuff, always have like a deep impact on us as creatives, like somewhere or the someone or other person is like taking inspiration from you, you're taking inspiration from someone else. So I think like it's a very interconnected industry, inspiring everyone, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so like I said, we have been talking about TV shows and everything. So I have to ask, what is your current binge favorite? I know that yeah.
It has changed a lot, obviously.
Oh
Up
yeah.
until recent, I was binging the One Piece anime series because of how long it is.
Mm.
But I've caught up. So at the
Oh,
moment, I'm just mostly binging the new Fallout season that came out. Waiting for some other shows that to release as well. I'll definitely be watching The Boys when that comes out and Invincible. But at the moment, it's just Fallout at the moment. I can't really. I know a lot of people who watch multiple shows around about the same time. I can't do that. I have to watch one
yeah.
at a time.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
can't
too much of
either.
a struggle for me to watch several at a time.
Yeah, it's impossible. Like, I don't know how people do that. Like, I'm like, okay, if I'm watching one show, I'd rather watch 10 episodes of that show in a day rather than watch like five different shows, 2 episodes a day. It's just like overwhelming, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, it's good to know that someone out there who's like exactly like me with this. It's like, yeah, I feel like, am I being like too old or something? Like, maybe not. Yeah, but no, that's perfectly fine. Yeah. So, yeah, no, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I think like binging shows is my one of my favorite hobbies, I'd say. But yeah, no, it's pretty interesting. So yeah, so before I let you go, I
Yeah,
do want to play a game with you. So this is called This or That. So I have it on my phone here. Just give me a sec. So I have a game. I'll give you like five scenarios, like question or this or that, and you just
yeah.
say what you resonate with without thinking too much. All right? You
Yeah,
ready?
yeah. Of
All right,
course.
let's go. Improv, terrifying or thrilling?
Definitely terrifying.
I get
It's
that.
fun, but it's it's fun,
It
but it
can
can be
be.
hard.
Yeah, it can be very hard. All right, reboots, stop or keep them coming.
Stop, stop.
I know, right?
We're getting too many. We need more original content.
Yeah, exactly. I think like my favorite reboot is like the Star Trek, because the way they rebooted
Mm,
the Kelvin timeline was pretty good. Otherwise, I'm like sick with reboots as well.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, critics, necessary or irrelevant?
Uh, that's definitely more of a complicated one. I would say overrated, unnecessary.
Fair enough. Uh, AI art, future or
Oh,
fraud?
fraud,
Agree,
fraud.
completely agree. Like, I don't think there's any other option to that. Uh,
I hate AI.
I know, right? Especially like the overuse these days. It's like crazy. All right.
Mm,
The last one, creative rituals, essential or overrated?
ooh, hmm. Uh, essential, I suppose. Everyone needs their own kind of, I suppose, way of yeah, way of making things and their creative rituals in doing so.
Yeah, definitely. Like there has to be a process for every creative, like not just actors, but every single creative. Yeah, no, so that's completely like unnecessary, I think. But yeah, anyways, thank you so much for having a chat with us today. And it was so lovely having you on board and getting to know
Thank you,
you.
yes, and thank you for having me.
No worries. And thank you so much, guys, for watching. And I'll see you in the next episode. Till then, ta-da!